What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am. And if you are, be sure to press the like button. Otherwise, no joke, no scam, you won't get any donuts. Yeah, that's right. I've got some Dunkin' Donuts right next to me right now. And if you press the like button, then I will give you a virtual donut. But if you don't, then I'm sorry, but you're going to go hungry and you don't want that. So press the like button. Anyways, guys, what's poppin'? Today I've got some crazy stories for you guys that were told to me last night in person by like two people that I very much trust. Basically, I have this friend that I've known for quite a long time, like 6 years now, who is one of my closest friends, and he introduced me to a childhood friend of his who started telling me about some of the stuff that he did in elementary school, and I wrote it down because, oh my god, this kid was literally Satan on wheels, and I just figured that it would be entertaining to tell you guys about, so yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing today. So press the like button and let's get into some crackhead energy children doing crackhead energy things. Get it jumping, I'm just trying to get some hands up. I've been thinking, yeah, my mind is pretty jammed up. No, I'm immature, but I don't. So, being a storytime YouTuber, it's pretty often that, like, I meet somebody or, like, become friends with somebody and they tell me that they have these super crazy stories that I could totally make a video on. And 9 times out of 10, it's like not that crazy, you know? They think that they're absolutely going crazy and like, dude, this is so nuts. And then the story is they stole a can of Coca-Cola when their dad was asleep and they weren't supposed to be having sugar. And it's just not that crazy. So when my friend brought this dude over and he's like, yo, I'm telling you, in elementary school, I was a horrible person and you can make a video on it, I immediately kind of like roll my eyes a little bit because I hear that a lot. And 9 times out of 10, people's lives just like were not that poppin' as they thought they were. And then it's awkward because they text me and they're like, yo, you gonna make a video on what I told you? And I'm like, nah, not really, because it kind of sucked. But this guy's was insane. So he opens it up with saying in 1st grade, he got a referral. And my friend is backing him up because he knew him in elementary school. So like he's confirming all of this information. In 1st grade, he got a referral because after 3 times of being warned, he was still going into the bathroom and standing on top of the urinal. And when kindergartners would come in to pee, he would scream at them to scare them and make them pee their pants. That is right. As a 6-year-old, he was like, what is the most effective way to make as many people as possible pee their pants on school grounds? Oh, I know. I'll climb on top of the urinal and do a 2009 YouTube prank on these kids. So like, as a 6-year-old, if your mind is automatically thinking about how to get as many people as humanly possible to pee their pants, you're probably not the best person ever. But what I love the most is he tells us that he had been warned 3 times to stop doing it, meaning that there were multiple occasions where a teacher had walked in and like just seen this kid standing on top of the urinal hyped to scare somebody and make them pee their pants and was like, listen man, we already gave you 2 warnings, remember this is your last warning, don't do it again. Only for homeboy to just hop back up on the urinal as soon as he turned around and just send it anyways. Could you imagine those poor kindergartners, dude? You're 5 years old. You've had a stressful day of like learning the alphabet and drinking apple juice. It's about to be nap time, so you gotta go pee. You walk in and some big kid is just screaming at you from on top of the urinal and you're like, ah, and then you pee your pants. And for the rest of your life, until you graduate high school, you are known as Pee Your Pants Peter, and that's just not something you want to vibe with. Like, honestly, he really went out of his way to traumatize little kindergartners in the bathroom. That's how horrible you are. And it sounds really bad until you realize that he was like in 1st grade, which is only a year older than them, okay? It's not like he was some 20-year-old sitting in the bathroom scaring children. I just feel like I have to make that very clear because that changes everything. Like, could you imagine? Oh yeah, he was actually 20. He was doing this last weekend during the corona time, sneaking into bathrooms and scaring children. He wouldn't be anywhere near my house, okay? I can promise you that. But like the fact that this 1st grader was coming up with ways to terrorize the grade underneath him is kind of savage. But how weird to just hang out in the bathroom. Like, low-key kind of cringe, too. That's just not a good-smelling place to vibe. So, on top of that, I'm like, okay, scaring kids on the urinal, it's pretty funny, but did you do anything else, you know? Like, you gotta give me more than that. That's not enough to make a 10-minute video, and I'm not trying to just upload a 4-minute video to YouTube. Let's be honest here. And he's like, all right, this one's horrible. I don't want to admit it, so you can't include my name if I tell you this story. And I'm like, okay, no problem. I'll change your name. And he said, there was this kid who one day at lunch took my Gushers, and I loved Gushers, and so I decided that I was going to get revenge on him, and I was like, fair enough, you know, when you're a little kid and somebody takes your Gushers at lunch, that's basically the equivalency of declaring war. Like, if we're going to be honest, that's apples to oranges. Declaring war, stealing your Gushers, they're almost the same thing. So obviously, he decides to get back at him. So this kid apparently had a very large head. And I asked my friend who went to school with him, and he goes, nah, like this kid's head was ginormous. Like low key, him and Megamind could have been body doubles. You know, if Megamind had an acting career after just that one movie, this guy would have been a stunt double. Like this dude's head was ginormous. So he starts a rumor because, you know, this is like third grade. So kids are really dumb and will basically believe any rumor. I don't know what it is about young kids, but like there's just this inclination. Oh my God, I can't talk. To believe anything you hear, you know, like, oh yeah, it seems legit. Like if somebody just says, nah, dude, I swear it's true. As a little kid, you're like, yeah, all right, seems legit. Like, I mean, if you swear, then like you can't be lying. So he starts telling everybody that his mom had a baby with a watermelon, and that's why his head is so big, because his dad is a watermelon, and people start believing it. And I'm gonna change his nickname, but people started calling him like Watermelon Jimmy and like all this stuff, which is horrible. This is not a good thing, but like, could you imagine, you know, he gets called to the principal office for this, by the way, for starting this rumor, and in walks this kid, and the principal's like, I've already had to yell at this kid for scaring people on urinals. I've already had to yell at him for plenty of other things that I'm saving just in case this video bangs. You know, like I was smart. I saved some good ones. And now here he comes for starting a rumor that this kid's mom had a baby with a watermelon, which is literally impossible. But like now this kid is getting called Watermelon Jimmy because he has a giant head and everyone thinks that his dad is a watermelon, which could never happen any other time. Like this can only happen in third grade. Only in third grade when an entire class of kids genuinely believe that a watermelon was somebody's dad. Like this would never fly any other time. So basically they tell him when he's in the principal's office for this watermelon incident, for starting this rumor that this kid's dad is a watermelon, that he has to call his parents and explain what happened. Like he has to call and explain basically what he said and how he said it, and they're expecting him to be super ashamed and be like, Mom, I made a really bad joke about a kid and he felt bad and like I'm horrible. But he picks up the phone, dials his mom's number, and is like, yo, what's up, Margaret? Hear me out. This kid has a big head and was pissing me off, so I told everybody that his mom was sleeping with the watermelon, and that's how he got his big head, and it was pretty funny, and everybody believed it. And like the principal apparently's jaw is dropping because this kid just was like, yep, I did it. I don't really care. I'll admit it right now. I told everybody that this dude's dad was a watermelon, and I don't regret it at all. Also, I know my Minecraft gameplay is literally the worst thing you've ever seen, and I'm super sorry, but like it is what it is, so you gotta live with it. So with no remorse, he explains to his mom basically that this kid stole his gushers, so he decided to ruin his life and make everybody believe that his dad was a fruit. Like, what a weird thing. Man, you steal my gushers, I'm gonna convince everybody that your mom got a little freaky with the fruit ninja if you're picking up what I'm putting down. So I would step away from the gushers, my brother. But the real kicker is, apparently, he ends up getting kicked out of the public school, obviously, because they were like, listen, you're starting rumors that kids have watermelon heads, showing no remorse for it, you know. You're like scaring kids on urinals. We just can't have you anymore. So he gets put in this private school, right? And at this private school, they were like of this persuasion that, you know, every kid is unique, and education, you know, like really doesn't have bounds. So there are some kids who that probably works for, you know, like kids who just don't have any deviance inside of them and are like, yeah, I'll behave. I don't really need anyone to tell me what to do. But if you're already a bad kid, like for me, this wouldn't have worked. And if you're the type of kid who's willing to scare 5-year-olds standing on top of a urinal, then you're probably not the type of kid who just needs no rules. So he starts telling me that like when he switches schools, he would just leave. Like, he would just leave class and, like, go to 7-Eleven in, like, 4th grade and just get chips and, like, come back. And the teachers would be like, where'd you go? And he would just have to be like, you know, my educational spirit just wanted me to go get chips in this hippie school that was all about, you know, free will and education, was basically like, yeah, whatever. So he, from 4th to 5th grade, which is, like, the rest of elementary school, basically went to, like, this hippie school where there were no rules and he was allowed to leave and do what he wants. Which, I'm just saying, as a parent, like, you know, if I have to pay for a school and my kid is like, yeah, Mom, went to 7-Eleven unsupervised today and this strange man asked me to hop in his white van and I was like, yo, sure, and he brought me back to school, I'd be like, listen, what am I paying for? Like, dog, you have one job. At the bare minimum, okay, if I'm paying you to watch my kid, I expect him not to be, you know, going to 7-Eleven and, like, getting rides from strangers. That's just not something I expect, which He did, by the way. He tells us that one of these times he goes to 7-Eleven and he gets chips, and it was a really hot day, and because it was like a day camp, like summer thing, not in school. So this is the same place offered a program where they would watch them during the summer. And this guy in the parking lot had a white van, and he was like, hey, do you want me to give you a ride back to that school? And he said, yeah, and got in this stranger's big white van and got a ride back to school, and thankfully got dropped off. But like, this kid was just unsupervised, hopping in vans, doing what he got to do. No wonder he was so misbehaved, dude. He was basically like begging people to kidnap him. And I'm just saying, you are an annoying kid if you get in somebody's van and they don't kidnap you. Like, just saying. Real talk though, guys, there were a lot more stories that he told me, but I'm gonna save them just in case this video does well. So if you enjoyed it, be sure to let me know in the comment section down below. Press the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you subscribe, you should also turn on notifications, because I upload videos like this every single day. And if you turn on notifications, send a screenshot to my Instagram @Scrubby, because I shout somebody out every day. Today's notification shout out goes to Charos Colissimo. Hopefully I said that right. Big thank you for having on notifications. I really, really do appreciate it. And yeah, if you guys could leave a comment on this video, I'm trying to see something. I don't really know if comments or likes get videos into recommended anymore, because like I haven't really been paying attention, I'm not gonna lie. So if we could go ahead and just comment the word like Minecraft down below just to see if it makes the video do better, I would really appreciate it. And yeah, if you really want to support the channel any more than anything else I've already said, you can go ahead and check out some of the OG Sub Club merch. It'll be going away when the main channel hits 2 million, and the tie-dye stuff will be going away soon. This moving stuff, honestly, is just the biggest pain in the butt, and it's like every time I think that I'm done, there's more to do. But yeah, on that note, guys, how about you don't get anyone pregnant? And if you are gonna get someone pregnant or get pregnant by somebody, just do me a big favor and make sure they're attractive. We're trying to boost the average attractiveness of the species, okay? Not tear it down, so don't be settling. And yeah, have yourselves an incredible day, and hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video. I'm out. Peace.